London, the capital of England and the United Kingdom, is shaped by two ancient cities, the City of London and the City of Westminster, both forming the region of Greater London. London is situated in the southeast of England, laying astride the River Thames, some 50 miles upstream from its estuary on the North Sea. The river was a major trade route and lifeblood for early Londoners, and all through the Middle Ages, the Thames was one of London's main highways, with barges and riverboats bringing fish, wood, and wool to the city. Today, London is one of the most diverse and cosmopolitan cities in the world, with a fascinating history stretching back to Roman times. At its center stands the imposing House of Parliament, the iconic Big Ben Clock Tower, and Westminster Abbey, the site of British monarch coronations. Across the Thames River, the London Eye observation wheel provides panoramic views of the South Bank Cultural Complex and the entire city, split into the vibrant and distinctive areas of the North, West, South, and East London, as well as the commercial and tourist hub of Central London. Every district has its own recognizable neighborhoods full of interesting places. There is so much to see and do in London, with some of the world's best art, architecture, entertainment, cultural, dining, and history. London is a great place to visit. Before we get into the top 10 things to do in London, we've included links in the description to various discount codes and links to resources of things to do, so make sure you check those out. At number 10 is the London Eye. The London Eye is a cantilevered observation wheel located on the south bank of the River Thames. It is one of Europe's tallest observation wheels and is a very popular attraction in London. Visitors can go for a slow spin and get 360-degree views of London from up high in the sky. Guests can clearly see Westminster Abbey, the Tower of London, the winding Thames, St. Paul's Cathedral, and good old Big Ben. With a diameter of 394 feet, the London Eye was opened formally on New Year's Eve 1999, but it was not open for public use until March of 2000. The 32 capsules of the Eye, each capable of carrying up to 25 people, are symbolic of London's 32 boroughs and are numbered 1 to 33, eliminating the 13th carriage for good luck. Measuring at a height of 443 feet, the wheel offers some of the greatest panoramic views of the city, and on a good day stretching as far as 25 miles. This must-see attraction is extremely popular, so it's best to book tickets in advance. Number 9 is London Zoo. London Zoo was one of the world's oldest scientific zoos. It was opened in London in 1828 and was originally intended as a collection for scientific study. In 1832, the animals of the Tower of London's menagerie were transferred to the zoo's collection, and it was eventually opened to the public in 1847. The zoo is located in Regent's Park, one of the royal parks not far from Camden Town, at the northern part of central London. As the major zoo in London, it has a full range of animals and birds with almost 750 species, from the smallest monkey to the tallest giraffes. Although the zoo is located in the city, it still has plenty of animals to see, including lions, camels, penguins, tigers, monkeys, and meerkats. While walking through the zoo's historic buildings and grounds, visit Gorilla Kingdom and see a family of silverback gorillas at close quarters. With talks and feeding sessions throughout the day, there are plenty of opportunities to really get to know the fantastic animals that call this zoo home. At number 8 is Tower Bridge. The famous Tower Bridge is the most recognizable bridge on the River Thames and is often mistakenly referred to as London Bridge. The bridge has stood over the River Thames since 1894 and is the only bridge over the Thames that can be raised as if it is a combined drawbridge and suspension bridge. This means that the middle section of the bridge can be raised to allow river traffic to pass through. It takes about 61 seconds to open the Tower Bridge, which happens about 1,000 times a year and is well worth watching if you are lucky enough to catch it. The brilliant Tower Bridge exhibition will transport you to Victorian London, telling the story of the city's defining landmark from the very beginning. See the engineering marvel at work in the engine rooms and discover its colorful history from Victorian times to the present day. Films, animations, and interactive displays in the towers and the high-level walkways provide insights into how and why the bridge came into existence. Then, step onto the glass walkway high above the Thames, which gives you an unencumbered look at the zipping traffic and slow-moving waters of the Thames far below. Number 7 is Big Ben. The Houses of Parliament and Elizabeth Tower, commonly known as Big Ben, are among London's most iconic landmarks and a must-see when visiting London. Big Ben is the nickname for the Great Bell of the Clock, located at the end of the Palace of Westminster, and is usually extended to refer both the clock and the clock tower. This iconic national timepiece, with its famous Westminster chime, sounds at the beginning of each full hour before the bell rings the number of hours. Built in honor of Queen Victoria in the mid-19th century, this 16-story Gothic clock tower and national symbol was completed in 1859. Big Ben still uses its original Victorian mechanism to ring the bells. However, the tower features a modern electric motor as a backup in case the old mechanism fails. Big Ben stands out proudly in the London skyline, and both the clock dials and belfry are illuminated at night, making a spectacular scene. At number 6 is Kew Gardens and Palace. A visit to Kew Gardens is the perfect way to combine London sightseeing with a literal breath of fresh air. A large 121 hectares of space makes it one of the largest botanical gardens in the world. Founded in 1840, Kew Gardens boasts over 30,000 different kinds of plants and is more like a green outdoor museum, featuring conservatories with jungle plants, a unique treetop walkway 18 meters above the ground, art galleries and restaurants. A day at Kew has something for everyone. Explore the manicured outdoors and see different periods of landscape architecture and gardening styles. Then, see the Temperate House, one of the largest Victorian glass houses ever built. This Grade 1 listed building boasts some of the rarest and most threatened plants from all over the world. Kew Gardens also has 2 different art galleries, the Marianne North Gallery that hosts art from around the world and the Shirley Sherwood that contains botanical art. Both are well worth seeing. Number 5 is the view from the Shard. A relatively new addition to the London skyline, the Shard is nevertheless one of the most popular buildings in London. Opened in 2012, it stands 309 meters tall, boasts 95 stories, and is the tallest structure in the UK. The best views of London are from the viewing platforms, with an unrivaled 360-degree view of the city. The 95-story high Shard is an architectural marvel that was designed by world-renowned Italian architect Renzo Piano. The Shard's distinctive shape has redefined the London skyline. Visitors are whisked up in high-speed elevators, traveling at 6 meters per second, to London's highest observation decks situated over 2 floors. The indoor viewing platform and the open-air sky deck are where you can enjoy the spectacular views over London and see up to 64 kilometers away on a clear day. With numerous restaurants and bars in the Shard and nearby, the area caters for all culinary tastes and is well worth a visit. At number 4 is St. Paul's Cathedral. St. Paul's, with its vast dome, is an iconic feature of the London skyline and known across the world. The cathedral is one of the most important places of worship in the UK and a stunning piece of architecture. After the Great Fire of London in 1666, Sir Christopher Wren was tasked with creating something truly iconic to span the ages. His amazing creation has stood watch over the city ever since its completion in 1710. Visit this London landmark and experience the soaring architecture and breathtaking atmosphere. Visitors can walk in the footsteps of royalty and political leaders on the cathedral floor and climb the dome to try the unique acoustics of the Whispering Gallery. Then go even higher to enjoy some of the most spectacular views over London from the stone and golden galleries, or head down to the crypt where some of the nation's heroes are buried. Number 3 is Sea Life London. The Sea Life London Aquarium is home to one of Europe's largest collection of global marine life. Situated in the heart of London, the experience takes visitors on an engaging and interactive exhibition across the great oceans. Along the journey, a stunning glass tunnel walkway offers guests an unforgettable experience by strolling underneath a tropical ocean. Boasting a huge collection of the world's most remarkable marine wildlife, there is plenty of interesting sights along the way, from feeding the stingrays and watching diving displays to touch pools and discovery zones. Other stars of the show include seahorses, octopus, zebra sharks, and the ever-popular clownfish. As well as allowing millions of people to discover the marvels of the marine world, the Sea Life Network has an important role to play in helping safeguard our seas and the inhabitants for the future. The Sea Life London Aquarium provides the UK with a leading centre of excellence on marine management, conservation, preservation, and education in the heart of the capital. At number 2 is the Thames Circular Cruise. The best way to see the British capital is by boat, and London's River Thames winds its way through the city past some of the city's national treasures. Guests can see landmarks close to the departure point at Westminster Pier, like Westminster Abbey, the Cabinet War Rooms, the London Eye, the London Aquarium, the London Dungeon, and more. Hop on or off at other piers, including Embankment Tour, Festival Pier, Bankside Pier, and St. Catherine's Dock, and admire London's iconic skyline from the water. Listen and learn as the expert guides fill you in on the fascinating and surprising history of the Houses of Parliament, Big Ben, and other British landmarks as you pass by. During the boat trip journey, the captain provides live audio commentary about the history of London and sights seen, while you relax and enjoy some of the most beautiful views of London as you cruise along the River Thames. And at number 1 is the Tower of London. Explore 1,000 years of history at London's iconic castle and World Heritage Site. The Tower of London, officially Her Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress, is a historic centre located on the north bank of the River Thames in central London. As the most secure castle in the land, the tower guarded royal possessions and even the royal family in times of war and rebellion. But for 500 years, monarchs also used the tower as a luxurious palace. Throughout history, the tower has also been a visible symbol of awe and fear. Kings and queens imprison their rivals and enemies within its walls. Visitors can see the real crown jewels protected within the tower's fortifications and take a guided tour with a yeoman warder known as a beefeater to show you many of the highlights, including the White Tower containing the royal armory and its fascinating collection of armor and weaponry. The site of political scheming, bloody beheadings, and the home of the crown jewels, the Tower of London is a terrific place to spend a fascinating day. So that sums up our top 10 things to do in London. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Until next video, have a great day.